guys, welcome back. I feel like I have said that at least a dozen times so far. Probably because I have. It is called batch filming, and as you can tell by my outfit, we are still here talking all about the Cozy Escape Award nominations. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I urge you to go back and look at my original video introducing and explaining what all the Cozy Awards are and what is happening. If you don't feel like doing that, quick 5-second recap. Essentially, me, Courtney, and TJ are all talking about 15 separate Cozy categories, listing out books for them, for you all to essentially go and vote on what your favorite is, so that we can read the winners on November 15th. There, you're caught up. So the theme for today's video that I am going to be talking about is gardening / florist. I love this category. I love gardening cozies. I think they're so fun, and so I'm super excited to be chatting with you all and telling you the 3 books in this category. I'm going to look over to the side because I've got the books listed here, so let's go ahead and jump into them, shall we? Okay, first up we have Daisies for Innocence. That is book 1 in the Enchanted Garden mystery series. Then we have Gone But Not Forgotten, note the pun. That is book 4 in the Goddess of Green Street mystery series. And then last up we have Death and Daisies, which is part of the Magic Garden mystery series, and this is book 2 out of 3 so far. So let's go ahead and go through what each of the books are about so that you can be armed and equipped and educated to know which book that you want to vote for. Okay, so here we are with Daisies for Innocence. That's the first book that we're going to talk about, and it is the first book in the series. So what we have here is our amateur sleuth, Ellie. She doesn't start off as an amateur sleuth, however. She actually is the owner of a very unique and one-of-a-kind perfume shop, because Ellie has this magical gift of scents, and she uses it for her perfume shop. A little bit of magical realism in there. And let's dive into the mystery. So here's what happens. It gets a little juicy. She finds out that her assistant at the store has started to date her ex, basically. If that wasn't enough of a drama, poor girl Josie, her assistant, winds up dead. So it is now up to Ellie to solve homegirl's death, because naturally she's going to be suspect number 1, right? Like, you find out that someone is dating your ex. Are you jealous? Are you not? At least that's what the police are thinking, right? And so she wants to make sure that she can not only find out who did this to Josie, but clear her own name also, because her ex was no good. Josie was her assistant. It's just all kinds of mystery with some magicalness sprinkled into it. Okay, so now we have Gone But Not Forgotten. This is the 4th book in the Goddess of Green Street mystery series, and this one stars Athena. Athena comes from basically a big Greek family, and they all work together at their gardening center. She also has a little blog on the side that has started to pick up traction, talking all about like her antics and you know, the gardening and their shop. So what ends up happening is Athena goes to visit her cousin Jillian, who unfortunately is being accused of murder. So apparently what happens is Jillian was emceeing, she was a DJ at a fashion show, and one of the models winds up dead. And all of the fingers for some reason are pointed to Jillian. And so Athena, naturally, as you would do with family, wants to help her out, clear her name up. The problem is, Jillian wasn't supposed to leave town, and for some reason homegirl left town, and now things look even worse for her. So Athena is basically trying to clear up her cousin's name, fix her mess, so that they can go on living their happy lives. If you like family cozies or cozies centered around large families, this is that quintessential type of cozy. I'm not going to tell you how I feel about it one way or the other, because I don't want to sway you, but just know that that's what you're getting, in addition to it being a gardening themed cozy. And I will say this, like I say for all of the books, even though it's book 4, you don't necessarily have to have read the entire series. You can dive in right away. The authors usually do a really good job recapping essentially what the tone and overall gist of the series is, so that way you can just hit the ground running with this week's flavor of the month cozy. This week, month, there's a lot of mixed metaphors going on there, guys. You know what I mean. Last up, we have Death and Daisies, which is book 2 in the Magic Garden mystery series. So In this one, we have Fiona, and it essentially picks up where the first book has left off. She has inherited her grandfather's cottage in Scotland. This is set in Scotland, and it's a magical garden, and she's really dealing with a whole lot of stuff, guys. So we've got her sister who's coming to town who's going to move in with her. She's trying to forge slash fix her relationship with the town sheriff, and on top of that, she's trying to open up her shop soon that will be kind of connected to the magic garden. However, somebody will not let her be great. She is essentially found standing next to a dead body, and that's not a good look on anybody. In addition to that, it seems like anything that can go wrong will. There's this huge lightning strike that affects the land. One of the neighbors tells her that she needs to take it back to Tennessee and that they don't want her here. So she's having to contend with that, as well as trying to solve the mystery about why this murdered person is here and how she can clear her name and solve the mystery as to who murdered them. So like I said, this is book 2. Even though it is a gardening cozy, there are also magical elements in it. So if you're into that, great. And it's also set in Scotland, so that way you can do a little bit of armchair travel, especially during this kind of rainy season, this fall cozy season. Great for cozies, right? There you have it, 3 cozy mysteries that are all centered around gardening slash floral themes. If you have a favorite, don't forget to vote before November 15th, where the winner will be announced. As I have mentioned before, I will have links to everything in the description below, so that way you know where to go to vote. You can watch the past or future videos that will show each of the different categories. There's going to be a total of 15, guys, so buckle up, we are in it deep. Have your pen and paper ready as well, because if you haven't read any of these, I highly recommend adding them to your TBR. Also, if you have other gardening themed cozies that aren't part of these 3, go ahead and leave those recommendations in the comments below. That way folks can have even more books to add to their TBR. Okay, so I will see you all in the next video, right? Happy reading. Bye.